Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Best Week Ever. Nope, that's not the show. That was a really good show though. That was on VH1. Did you ever watch that?
Best Week Ever.
I love that show. That's kind of where I stole the name
It's a pretty
from.
good week.
Episode 4 of Best Neighborhood Ever. There we go. I got it. And today we are with Jen Goeller, and we're not in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. This is a twist. So you moved to, I don't want to say the woods, because there's a lot of not
openness
woods around here, but like it feels, I mean, you moved out a little bit, but you're still in Leesburg.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about that. So where were you before?
So I was, was that episode 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was in Honey Creeper, but...
Yeah, she was a Honey Creeper.
I was a Honey Creeper. Or CRV.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved that neighborhood. I do have to agree. I was joking with Kaylee that was the best neighborhood. And then I'm not really in a neighborhood, but Western Loudoun is a neighborhood in a way, because my neighbors, I may have to... drive like an RTV to say hi to them, but I am in a neighborhood. Western Loudoun is huge, so I was in CRV, loved the neighborhood, some of the best relationships, and still really close. I'm there quite a bit. I grew up in the country, like I grew up in Western Loudoun, and I think always imagined that I would always get back there, even though as I was growing up, I was like, oh, I can't wait to get out.
Yeah, this is awful. Like, why would I want to live out here?
But then as life, I got a little older and kids, I, always had this desire to come back to Western Loudoun.
Yeah.
And so, but it was kind of on the long term, and it just happened that the right property at the right time came around, and it was something that we couldn't pass up.
Yeah.
So we made the decision to move.
So you're in Leesburg still, but you're also really close to Percival.
Yeah, so our property is almost on the boundary of Leesburg, Percival, but we are still a Leesburg address. Mm-hmm. And then I found something about the dirt roads, even though you still have the same clock, the same time, even when you're on a dirt road, it seems like everything's a lot longer.
Right.
But when getting from CRV, where I lived before, to downtown Leesburg was actually a longer commute than it is here. It just seems longer because it's dirt roads. But just a couple dirt roads, you get used to them, and we're in downtown Leesburg, 10 minutes. I can get to Percival, Chick-fil-A. 10 minutes. So I kind of choose, like if I'm doing something on the weekend, I might, do my grocery shopping in Percival on the weekend because it's less busy there.
That's a good point.
But, I can kind of toggle between, I feel like I still have Leesburg, but I also can, I'll take advantage of whatever Percival has. So I'm starting to kind of go that way a little bit more.
Like the nice thing about being in between Leesburg and Percival, and so this is off of Harmony Church Road, is basically if you're coming from Leesburg, Harmony Church Road is, the first way you'll get here.
Yep.
And on Harmony Church Road, there are several wineries that you come to. So Zephaniah, you pass right by on the left on the way up here. And then there's Casanella's back there, I think.
That's back there. Then there was that new one that just opened in Percival, Case. I just went there. It was so good.
Yeah.
It was a young couple. But then Stone Tower is...
Oh, Stone Tower.
Because the way that we kind of go up our dirt road, we go a little bit parallel with 15. So we're only about 5 minutes from Stone Tower.
Yeah.
Just 2 little dirt roads.
Oh, that's so nice. I love Stone Tower. And then... So, all right, so you moved out here. You moved from, a traditional neighborhood, single-family homes, where you and your husband had a ton of friends, your kids had a ton of friends. So coming out here to a rural setting, especially having grown up here, so you knew what to expect.
Right, yes.
Like, was that a bit of a concern?
So for me, it wasn't. It was my husband who didn't. He grew up, he was actually born in Percival, right across from Sunset Hills in like a little farm. But he didn't live there. I think they moved when he was 3 or really young. And then he grew up in a traditional neighborhood. So he was pretty concerned about, will our kids, get the socialization, like the friends? But I think because we had already created so many friendships, I'm from here, he's from this area, that it wasn't too much of a concern. We still, being out here, he's not concerned at all. We have friends over, kids, we're, constantly at other people's house. So while they can't really run outside and just go to someone's house.
Yeah, go knock on the neighbor's door.
But we still get plenty of playtime, and we, we had horses. So moving out here, we were able to, consolidate that bill, like boarding.
Right, yeah, because that's not cheap.
No, and we were able to bring them to the property. So, I think our kids get a good balance of, we have chickens, bees, horses, bunnies. So not all of their socialization comes from people. They're playing with animals or, just running outside and every day. So going on little hikes and,
well, and they were your two youngest children, Harper and Lily, were outside when I got here, like running around.
Checking on the chickens.
Yeah, so they have a great time.
Yeah,
I mean, and so they do, because I came here last weekend with my kids, two of my kids, and this was like the most fun thing ever.
It was great.
Because so there were chickens and horses and ducks and like everything. And then, you put my son in a bee costume. Not costume.
Bee costume, yeah. A bee suit?
A bee suit. I'm sorry, we're a little more professional. It's not a costume.
Yeah,
it's like a legit suit. And you put 30,000 bees.
Yeah,
like,
he
in
helped
his face.
me.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then he told me we had an animal fest out here.
Yes, because they do.
He had so much fun. He's like the chicken whisperer afterwards.
He did.
Or chicks, they have little chicks.
Yeah.
So
and so in addition to all the animals, you also have this giant lake outside.
Yes.
We're actually this house overlooks the lake. It's very beautiful.
Yep.
And what is it, like a 5-acre lake or something? There was an argument about
17.
this. It is 17.
Yeah.
I forget if Kaylee was saying it was 5 acres and Joel was saying it was 7. There was an argument.
Yeah,
so it is a 17-acre lake.
17, and it gets 28 feet deep.
Oh my goodness.
In the deepest part.
It was 60 degrees last weekend, and my sister and brother-in-law brought over the jet skis. So they're jet skiing
on the lake.
It's 60 degrees. It was not. I mean, it was like nice. It was sunny, but it's not jet ski weather. So like your husband had on jeans and like a hoodie or whatever.
And even Malia went out.
Yes. So they took the baby out. They took the toddler out.
So where can you get that in your backyard? I mean, you got to move to the country to be able to experience that stuff.
Like, it was.
And if it's not like, I know the lakes aren't, they just don't like, there's not a lot of them in Leesburg, or Loudoun County, but there's ponds or creeks.
Yeah.
My sister lives just up Snickersville in Western Loudoun, and she has the Goose Creek that runs through her property. So she'll come home from a long day of work and literally hop in her kayak and just go for a kayak down Goose Creek and end up in like Leesburg somewhere and then get something and paddle back up. So
it's
a different life.
Did she get like groceries and then
like a snack or something? That's like amazing. I don't know, like a protein bar or something. I don't know if she's hauling groceries back, but I wouldn't put it
like
past
that.
her.
I like the idea of like I'm just gonna pop into the store on my kayak. So you have done a lot of work to the house, and kind of because it was a little like stuck in the 80s before.
Yeah. So I think too, we weren't looking to move when we made the decision, but Ryan, my husband's also in real estate, so he always had his eye open, and he knew Western Loudoun was where we'd end up. We just thought it was more like 5 years out once our kids, Nick had graduated. So we had really been shopping around in Western Loudoun and looking, and there's a really great balance of, you can get a pretty good size footprint house, but you might have to update it, but then you can make it your own.
Right.
And there is a lot of newer homes, but there's also a lot of well-lived homes with a lot of character, and you really have the opportunity to go in and get a nice footprint, a nice bit of property, and then slowly, like we did the kitchen first, and then the bathrooms will come, and just slowly kind of grow into the house and do the updates and make it your own.
Yeah. What is your number one absolute favorite thing about living here?
Oh, I have to pick one. I'm really bad at this. I can't even pick my favorite song or favorite movie.
I literally thought you were going to say kid for a second.
I know. No,
I can't even pick my favorite kid.
Don't ask. I think my favorite thing would be opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, and that would maybe encompass a lot. Like, just like the opportunity to, you know, do what we want, grow into the place the way we want. You know, we kind of have different dreams for the property to like open it up and have people enjoy it. You know, Lily's journey. I would like, you know, for people with kids in treatment to be able to come out here and enjoy the property and be able to play or get therapy through animals. And
right, especially the horses, because that was a big part.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah, Lily's treatment.
We have our first little boy coming next week.
Oh my goodness.
You know, pet the pony, be able to play. And part of the reason, too, it came for us is that Lily was so isolated when she was in treatment. So we couldn't even go play in a public playground.
Yeah.
But we were fortunate in a neighborhood that we had people that we trusted, and you know, they were like, let us go play, you know, in our neighborhood and or their playground. And so I would like to be able to give that to other kids that are going through that, you know, just the enjoyment of being able to play outside. And, you know, so the opportunity of that, the opportunity for my kids, you know, my son loves to build things, so he can really do that here. You know, just kind of the opportunity also for us to live a little bit more healthy, sustainable lifestyle with, you know, gardening, fresh eggs. So it's just, I think opportunity would be my favorite thing.
I think that's perfect.
You can be very creative.
If you're going to leave an amazing neighborhood, right? You need to have opportunity. There has to be a really compelling reason, and you have several.
Yes. So you can just be creative and, you know, really make it your own.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's wonderful. I love it. I mean, honestly, this is the most fun house. And when we came over, like, we didn't even come in the house the entire time we were here.
Yeah,
we were here for like 3 hours.
Well, so my husband is not worried about like he was like, are we like going to be isolated and never see anybody?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, no, like that won't happen.
You're going to wake up and just like see one of my kids on the trampoline. Like, I won't even be here. I'm just going to drop them off. Like on my way to work. It's a teacher work day. Bye.
Bye. Peeling down the dirt road.
Yeah, exactly. Just a cloud of dust behind me.
Kona?
What? Don't worry about it. It's fine. Oh, man. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you sitting down with me.
So I guess if it's not a traditional neighborhood, don't worry. It still can be the best neighborhood ever.
It can be the best neighborhood ever. And this is, I think, the best neighborhood ever.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks.